So, since the last video, I made some changes to our graph, made some switches and boxes, so we can easily see where we are in the graph. So, let's start with these switches. First of all, this is gonna be like our master switch. Because we actually can change the type of pattern it makes. Let's take a look. You can see that we can make 3 types of patterns. For now, I think I'm gonna make it a little bit more elaborate, but for now it's gonna be fine. You can see that these circles actually change the positions, and of course it's all procedural. So how did I do that? So basically we need 3 types of positions for our second circle. So this is our first circle that always stays static, but second one actually can change this from this position to this and to this. Basically our new node that I made is empty, and it's basically just switches between them. It's an empty without the hole node that switches between this and this, so it's pretty easy. But as you remember, we have to also take care of the edges, and that was done pretty easily too. So basically we go back, we copy this copy reference, and we go back to the edges box that I just created, and we created 2 types of edges with this shape and straight edges for everything else. And the switch is relative reference to this master switch. So when this switch is 0, which is this latter type of effect, it's gonna select this pattern and it's gonna look correct. And everything else, 2 and 3, is going to be our basic shape that is just a straight line. Actually, you can see that if you make it to the 3, it's gonna show warning the index is out of range because we don't have a third input, but that's fine. It's always gonna select the biggest one. So let's now create digital asset. Select every node and click on this box. Now that we create a subnet, right click it, select on create digital asset, and with the operator label, let's make it something that we can identify, something like assume the created root holes. That's good enough. Accept. So now actually drop down this type properties box, and we have unlocked it, so we can go in and actually change it right now. But for now, actually let's do that, and let's start dragging parameters that we need. So we want to change bevel amount. Let's like it bevel amount. We want to change divisions. We want this, how many steps we can create, group steps. We can name it like hole diameter, something that we can remember. So for the holes, actually I think that's it. And let's actually drag down a folder. And let's another one after this. Let's press apply and go back to one, and you can see when we select out of it, there are our controls. Division does not bevel amount. Let's take a look how this works. Like that. Okay. So these are our how many holes, how big are holes. So let's rename it. Something like hole diameter control. Like this. And let's next select some of these switches. Let's drop down this. Label will be cylinder style. Apply, and let's take a look how it looks. As you can see, you can change between styles pretty easily. Now what we want to change, also diameter. What else? So we just change diameter, also length. So let's apply. Take a look. So with style of, let's take one. I can change how big our cylinder, and also length to it, like that. Okay. What else? We want to change the end of our tree, which is extrusion mount. So this we can like name it like something like general settings. Let's drag down under the folder, and we want to change the distance of the extrude. Let's leave it all alone for now. The beveling of our, let's change it to the extrusion, and another one for beveling, because actually beveling we need a lot of parameters, the distance and divisions, actually only two. Well, oh, also maximum normal angle. That's good. Label divisions and distance. That's good because it's actually in a beveling folder. Let's apply it, and let's press accept and take a look. Go back up one, and let's see how what we can change. Actually, we need to change one more thing. Let's select right click, and where is it? Actually, it's not locked. I thought it was locked for some reason. So go back, and we want to these subdivisions too. So let's go back and press type properties to get back this window. Go back up, subdivision, and we want to subdivision of the last iterations. So let's call it like a finishing subdivision. Let's accept it. Let's go back now. So let's make it one, so it's a little bit snappier. Let's change the distance of our bevel. As you can see, it changes very nicely. And the amount of actual 2 is probably as much as you want to go. Let's change the diameter. As you can see, You can change it as much as you want. Some of these you're gonna get a weird results. Just go back and go somewhere else. Let's make holes bigger, as big as we can, like this. And let's subdivide at the end. And let's change style to 2. To finish off our asset creation, let's right click on a box and say save node type and then match current definition. So now it's actually saved and we can actually go on and delete it. Go back, up, delete everything, press geo, create new geometry, and actually it's gonna be in our digital assets. This is the one we created. Let's press it. As you can see, it's dropped down with our network. Go back. We can create it as much as we want. Press make another one. Then we can also allow editing of contents. Go back in, make edit, go back, press save node type and match current definition. And now it's gonna be our updated node. If we had made any changes, it actually would be updated. One thing is to remember that actually this node, our node that we just created, will be only in geo node. If you go back to object level and go to the digital assets, it's actually not gonna be here. This is the other one that I messed around with. But this, which we just created, is gonna be only in geo available. So that's a thing to remember. So I will be making this file available in the description, so anyone can download it and mess around with it and create their own digital asset. Take a look at all the nodes and things like that. And that's it. Take care.